Discord. Bless. Here. Awesome. Great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Tommy, I'm gonna mute you, baby. All right, cool. So, good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Top of the week. We back at it. Y'all already know what it is, right? It's your girl Reese here. I miss saying that. It's your girl Reese here, guys. I hope everyone's having a great start off to the day. I hope everyone had a great, productive weekend, got some things done. Y'all are able to, tackle whatever tasks, maybe grow, learn some more, organize your life a little bit, and make sure that I hope I should say we prepared ourselves for this week. We prepared ourselves to tap into a new learning week. We prepared ourselves to dive into some more education, some more knowledge, some more searching within ourselves, right? Where is it? Here we go. Perfect. Definitely a couple things. First, let's get some affirmations flowing. Let's get some affirmations going in the chat. I am thankful. I am grateful. I am happy. I am abundance. I am a winner. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am the value. I am the purpose. I am the light. I am a chairwoman. I am successful. I am freedom. I am loved. Let me know, guys. I need y'all to talk to me. Come on now. I need some energy going in the chat. Talk to me. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Drop some affirmations in the chat. I'm so happy and grateful now. So thankful for each and every one of us being here today. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Y'all just want to be quiet. All right, that's cool. No worries. That's cool. I'm happy and grateful now. I'm more educated. This opportunity. Amen. Yo, shout out to you, Brendan, on some real stuff. You showed me some screenshots of your notes and like your logs and the videos that you're going through and stuff. Like really tapped in. He is super tapped in, watching all the videos, taking his notes, and even reviewing and going over again. Remembering that repetition is key. But I just wanted to give you a big shout out there. I'm super grateful for you, and I'm super happy that you're actually taking your success super serious, right? You're moving with intent. You know where you have an idea of where you want to go, what you want to do within this space. I appreciate you, for real. And you're going after it, and nothing's going to stop you, and I know that you're going to go all the way up, and nothing is going to stop you on your way there. All right, family. So let's get to it. Two things I wanted to speak on today. One is going to be the power of happiness. But another thing, just before we get into that, I do want to speak about our season, the season that we're currently sitting in, the things that we're going through, the things that we're experiencing on our journey. And I definitely wanted to just touch on that real quick, because I know that a lot of us may be going through really rough times right now. I know a lot of us may be going through some understanding of who it is that we are, what it is that we're meant to do, little things that are going to help us carry along the way, just understanding what our purpose is here, or understanding who we are to be as human beings, specifically for me, especially how, God has created us to be and how he has created us to operate within this life, right? So with that being said, I know that there's some of us, like I said, going through, I know that some of us are going through times where we may be hitting some rough patches. We may be going through some tribulations. We're going through some challenges. We're being tested. We're being tried. Stop losses are being hit. People are falling off, or whatever the case is. But I want you guys to understand that everything is happening because you're meant to be here. Everything is happening to help create a better version of you. Everything is happening to help build your character so that you can become that strong person to run the business, or become that strong leader where now you're going to be able to lead by example. You're going through the mud, you're going through the dirt, you're getting beat up, this literally so that you can be strong enough to handle the bigger battles that come along the way. So I want you guys to understand that we are here and we are with each other, right? Spring, as I was on Neno's call this morning, spring spring was a time for us to be planting our seeds, right? And understand when we plant our seeds, we are not going to reap the fruit tomorrow. It takes time for things to grow and develop and build its foundation, right? So be patient with your process. Don't just up and leave just once you see things are not working, because understand that when things don't work for you, it's just another way of showing you, hey, you got another way to go, or hey, there's going to be another option that's going to be more beneficial to you. All right. And then we have summer. Summer is going to be the time where we are, what is it? Spring, forgive me guys. You're planting in spring, you're growing during the summertime. So this is our time right now where we're growing and we're elevating and we're building the consistency, building the good habits so that we can have that solid foundation. And then fall is going to be when we harvest. Fall is when things are going to start to come into play. Fall is when we're going to start to see things show up in the physical. And that's when we're going to be able to harvest and reap and take everything that we put in work for, show everything and see it in the physical. Everything that we've been working hard for is going to start to show up for us. Okay. But that is definitely like in this time and period, like I said, you guys are not alone. We're all here together, and we have each other's back. Now, before I get into the power of happiness, I do just want to pay tribute to our family member, Wes Bray, who has passed away yesterday from COVID-19. Family, I want us to, just take the time to really appreciate one another, send those gratitude messages out in the morning, show one another, that we're here, that we care, that, we have each other, and you never know when today could be the day, right? So never take anything for granted. Wake up and appreciate and give thanks. Give thanks to the universe that you're still here. Give thanks to God that you woke up today, right? Give thanks for the fact that you have another chance, you have an opportunity, right? And we're definitely going to send prayers out to his family and his friends who are grieving during this time. And, we ask that he watches over us and ask that he, watches over his family as, he left behind a family, a little son and his girlfriend. So big condolences and blessings to all of them. We're with them in spirit, we're with them in faith. And like I said, just remember to take a minute and just tell somebody that you love them today. Tell somebody that you're grateful for them today, because you never know what could happen. All right. Now give me 2 seconds. Cool. Now let's get into it. Let's get into the power of happiness. All right, family. Now, one thing I do want to recommend is if you guys are not tapped in to Neno's podcasts, his Mornings with Neno's podcasts, just like how he does his calls, he does do topics on his podcast shows, which are giving a lot of gems that are going to help us grow and elevate outside of just the business, right? These are things that are going to help us elevate within our life. These are things that are going to help us elevate within our space. And I would definitely say tap into that the Mornings with Neno podcast if you haven't. It's definitely something good to listen to as you wake up in the morning. You want to make sure that your first 15 to 60 minutes of your day, you are feeding your mind with the right things. You're feeding your mind with information that's going to help you set yourself up for the day, right? This morning I woke up and I hopped on the morning dedication with Dan and I believe it's C25 Chris. And just, the information that you listen to, the first thing that you wake up is literally going to set the tone for your day. It's literally going to set the mood for your day. So be mindful of, your surroundings and what you're feeding yourself, because that could literally make the difference between you having an amazing, abundant, productive day and you being in a slump for the day. All right. So the power of happiness. There are 10 things that you want to tap into in terms of, feeding your happiness and, actually living in a happy, abundant state. All right. So the first thing that you want to look at is, what does happiness look and feel like to you? Right. That goes into like visualization, right? What are those things that you want? Have you sat down and actually planned out your goals? Have you sat down and looked at, where you want to go? What is your next 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year look like, right? Have you looked at the things that you wanted to acquire? Have you looked at the people that you've wanted to help, right? understand that we have to make ourselves happy. Literally, happiness is the key for us to really enjoying life and surviving on this, in this earth, in this lifetime. Because money is probably one of the lowest forms of gift exchange, of happiness exchange. Because there's no real fulfillment in there, right? After a while, the materialistic things, they start to fade away, or they start to not mean the same thing if you're not actually truly happy with yourself, if you're not truly happy with the life that you're living, if you're not truly happy with your current situation, right? So you have to ask yourself, what are the things that are going to make you happy? What do you want? What have you accomplished? Do you have a vision board? Do you have a vision board of like, okay, this is what I want to have. This here. You want to have your pictures down in front of you, right? They always say out of sight, out of mind. So if you are not looking at your goals every day, if you're not looking at the pictures of the things that you want every day, you're not gonna be able to keep up with, you know, your goals, your dreams, your vision, because you're not thinking about it. You're so focused on what's around you that you don't have your future goals or your life, whatever, right in front of you, right in your mind, right? You can leave it as a wallpaper. You can have a vision board. You can have it written places where now you're reading out the life that you want, whatever the case is. However you need to do it, make sure that you have an idea of where it is that you want to go. So now that you have a goal in place that you can work towards. Right. And I think tomorrow we're going to talk about systems or something like that, so we can actually figure out, not only do we want to have the goals in place, but we want to have the systems in place so that we can continue to hit our goals and continue to smash through them. We don't want to just hit our goals and then fall back just because we hit our goals. We want to make sure that we have a continuous system to do that. But wealth without fulfillment is emptiness, right? Be filled with love and happiness daily, and that's going to help carry you through. That's going to help. It's going to help us make ourselves happy, right? We have to understand that if we don't take care of us, then nobody's truly going to take care of us. We have to start from within and give out whatever it is that we want to receive. All right. Number two is going to be make the present your friend. Right? You create the outer world. So imagine yourself living as you already have what you want, right? Understand that your surroundings more or less are literally because of the way you've moved, the way you act, or the way you handle things. How you do anything is how you do everything. So look at the smallest things, from how you wake up in the morning and what is your morning routine, and then tie that into, okay, what does your financial situation look like? What does your discipline look like? What does your consistency look like? What does your commitments look like? Right? And then more or less, you're going to see a correlation between the different things and understand that, you know, because I literally can't even get my day started correctly to make sure that I'm in check, everything else in my life is going to start to fall off. Everything else in my life is going to follow that same pattern. If I don't get myself in check, how do I keep my finances in check? How do I keep my business in check? How do I keep, you know, people around me, or whatever the case is, just like controlling my environment? How do I keep that in check? How you do everything is how you do anything is how you do everything, right? But make the present your friend. Understand that even though this is not where our final destination, this is not where we're meant to be, this is still where we are. We have to be aware of that, right? So, okay, act like it. Act like the person you want to be. Act like that future chairwoman or chairman. Act like that future person who has financial freedom. Act like the future person as if, you know, I'm abundant. I have that happiness. I have everything that I want to have. Regardless if it's here or not, you act like it and you speak it so that it can come to you. And it'll come to you a lot faster the more consistent you are with it, right? You can't act like it today and then fall back into your old habits tomorrow. You can't, you know, read your book today and then think that it's going to help you for tomorrow. No, you have to be consistent with it. If you're going to read today, you're going to read tomorrow, you're going to read the next day. It's going to help feed your mind every single day. Every day is a new day, right? Yesterday's three-pointer buzzer is not going to help you in today's game. So don't dwell on the past of what you've done. Yes, take the lessons and take the experiences from what you've done, but you have to apply it to your now. You have to apply it to your future, so that you're going to be able to pull in that lifestyle that you want, right? Don't be, you want to focus on what you want versus what you have right now, right? Cool. So you won yesterday's game. So you have that win. That's great. But if you want another win, you have to focus on the next win. You can't focus on the win that you just had. Because if you focus too much on the last game, understand that the next game you're playing a different person, you're playing a different team, you're facing a new opponent. You still have to be focused and understand that, hey, I still have to do what I had to do yesterday in order to win today's game. And I got to pay attention to what's happening in today's game so that I don't get played out of my own spot. Make sure y'all hear me, right? Don't get played out of your own spot because you're so focused on yesterday's game. Focus on today and focus on what's happening right now. You may be down 10 right now. You can't be playing yesterday like you were up 20. It doesn't work like that. You have to be able to adjust to your surroundings and adjust to the present. Be aware of the present, but be focused on what it is that you want. If you're in the present and you're down 10 right now, you're not going to start to slack off. You're not going to want to just give up. You're definitely going to start to pick it up and do more and be a little bit more strategic and have better communication with the people that are around you so that you can all win together, so you can all come together and accomplish this goal together, right? Hey team, listen, we're down 10 right now. We need to make sure that we get our heads right. We need to make sure that we're executing our plan effectively. We need to make sure that we get this half court trap done effectively. We need to make sure we have these fast breaks. We need to make sure our layups are on point. We got to make sure our 3 points are just swish. We got to make sure. We got to check in. We got to keep up with each other so that we can win today's game and then the next game and then the next game. But understand that every day that comes, every new game that comes, you're in a new situation. You got to be back at zero every single day. You got to sit there and act like you ain't win nothing. You could make it to the championships. But understand, if you made it to the championships, there's another team that's there too. You still cannot slack. You still can't give up. You still can't not do it. You still can't half-ass it. Because once you half-ass it in the championship, that's it. That's all. It's done. That other team is going to have that proper system in place. The other team is going to have themselves in check. And then what happens to you? What happens to you and your team? Right? Pay attention to what's happening in the moment. Celebrate the wins, of course. Don't dwell in your past, though. Right? What you don't want, right now that you're focusing on what you want won't appear. Once you start to focus on what you want, the things that you want are going to start to show itself. It'll start to make you happier. And eventually, through actions, it'll appear. Right? Let me say that again. I feel like I messed that one up. Right? Now that you're focusing on what you want versus what you don't want, right? And what you want will make you happier. A lot of the times what we want, all the time, what we want is obviously what's going to make us happier. So once we start focusing on those things, they will start to show itself in the physical. The actions are going to start to pull through, right? So pay attention to the now. Pay attention to what's happening and create your surroundings. I'm sitting in my penthouse right now talking to y'all. I'm gonna look outside. I'm gonna see a whole ocean view, see some water and some trees. I don't know, something. I'm gonna go outside and drive my big body Benz, whatever it is. Right? You gotta put yourself in that situation. Put yourself in that environment. All right. Number 3, stop overthinking. Lord Jesus. This one I had to put in capitals. Stop overthinking. All right. Overanalyzing and feeling like you're stuck is going to cause you to be stuck. It's going to cause you to get left in a vibrational holding that's not going to actually help you elevate. Once we overthink, we begin to create situations in our head and create scenarios in our heads that aren't actually there, that end up actually showing itself in the physical, that end up actually happening because we put so much focus on not wanting it. That literally goes back to being in the present and being aware of what's going to happen right here, right now in your future. Don't overthink the fact of, oh, what if this is going to happen? What if that? Worry about it when the time comes, if the time ever comes. Sitting there and worrying about what if, you create a scenario and you worry about it so much that it actually happens. You caused it to happen. So now you put yourself through it twice, once in your head and now once in the physical. And that goes back to another thing I heard yesterday is we create scenarios twice, or we approach scenarios twice in our lifetime, right? In terms of like thought process, right? The first time is literally, you're going to create it in your head. You're going to create it and you're going to see, or you have this picture in your mind of what you want to happen. That's the first time you see it. That's the first time you experience it. You're going to experience a whole entire thing in your head, right? The second time you experience it is going to be in the physical. Now understand, if you've created it in your head, it's possible to create it in the physical. So that's why you don't want to sit here and overthink things. That's why you don't want to sit and create a scenario in your head that doesn't necessarily exist. But it will exist if you continue to paint that picture. Stop painting that picture. Stop overthinking and let things flow. Be in the present and think about your future, right? Overthinking is going to lead you to failure because, like I said, you're going to end up creating those scenarios that you don't want. Don't think about the things that you don't want. You attract that vibrational energy to you. You don't want that. Focus on your goals. Focus on your want. You keep recreating the same thoughts in your mind, you're going to water those seeds, right? If your heart is telling you to act, just get to it. If your heart is telling you something, don't worry about the what ifs. Don't worry about the ifs, ands, or buts. You will experience it once it happens. You'll experience it once it occurs. And that's when you worry about it. That's when you figure out what's my next step. That's when you now I actually have the scenario in the physical. Now I can take my steps to better understanding the scenario and finding a solution. Then we can go into our 5-step process to success, right? What are they again? First thing is finding your goal. Second thing is your problems. Problems are going to arise. Third thing is identifying your problems. Fourth thing is finding the solution to your problems. And the fifth thing is to execute. So until you face that problem in the physical, you don't need to think and overthink and worry about it and create it in your head, because it's going to come if that's what you're going to do. If you're going to put that much effort and time into thinking and overthinking about things, why don't you think and overthink about the life that you want to live? Think and overthink about the progress you want to make. Think and overthink the happiness and the abundance and the success that's going to come to you and all the people around you, because that's what you're going to end up attracting. Okay? Number 4, always focus on a positive outcome. Always focus on a positive outcome. And these things really just flow into each other, right? So once you're focused on a positive outcome, whatever energy you're putting out into the universe is going to come back to you. So if you're always thinking about the positive side of things, the positive is going to come back to you, right? Everything is as is. Everything is as is. Everything is centered, right? You stay centered. You decide whether you want to go left to the negative side or whether you want to go right to the positive side. You got 2 houses to build. You decide if you want to put those bricks into that toxic house. You decide if you want to put those bricks into a house that's going to hold you back, a house that's not going to elevate you, a house that weighs you down, that has an unstable foundation, things are falling apart. Or you decide if you want to put your new bricks into this new house, a house of abundance, house of love, house of wealth, house of creativity. You decide. Every single situation, there's going to be a positive or a negative, law of polarity. There has to be a balance. But you decide which side you want to tap into, right? Seed of opportunity wherever you're introduced to something. There's always a seed of opportunity no matter what you're introduced to, right? Some things may not be for others. Some things may not be for us. But understand that there is something, or there is somebody who can find a seed of opportunity within that situation just because of their thought process, just because of how they decided to think about the scenario, just because of the vision that they saw of what they can do with this scenario, right? Whatever you focus on grows. So focus on the positive outcome of things. Water the positive outcome of things. Don't worry about you not having the results right now. Don't worry about the stop loss being hit. Don't worry about the people falling off your business. Don't worry about the fact that, you feel like you're stuck. If you feel like that and you continue to speak it, you will stay there. Switch it up. Flip the script. Change your words. If you feel like you're stuck right now, I want you to say this with me. I'm so happy and grateful that I am progressing in my journey. I am so happy and grateful that I'm progressing in my journey. I'm so happy and grateful that I am understanding, the next steps that it's going to take for me to grow and elevate. Speak the affirmations into your life so that you can flip the script on whatever it is that you're currently feeling or exposing or experiencing, sorry. Right? If you go into something with a negative mindset, that's the intention that you set, right? And that's the mindset expectations you will have when you go into it. I literally just said the same thing backwards, right? So make sure that you're not going into these opportunities or situations with a negative mindset. And if you are, just leave. Don't do it. Don't waste your time, because you're just going to prove what you already came in to think. You came in with the intention that you're not going to win, so then you're not going to win. So just cut. But if you come in with open arms, open hands, open heart, open mind, and receive the information that's coming to you, right? You're receiving the information that's coming to you, you're going to be able, got you. You're going to be able to make the difference. You're going to be able to see things in a different view. You're going to be able to start to make better choices, have a better intent in the space. You know what? I think I can learn this thing. I think I'm going to be able to progress in this thing. If I just open up my mind to the knowledge and the information that's being given to me, we're going to be able to make it. We're going to be able to understand this. We're going to be able to fight it. And we're going to be able to push through. No matter how hard it is, come hell or high water, we're going to be able to push through. If that's the headspace that you're in, if that's the mindset that you have going into certain things, it will come for you. It will happen for you. Right? They get a lot of the time we get this information and it's getting poured into us. And that's why I'm so grateful for Neno's morning calls, because he talks to you from a real different perspective. He talks to you in a way where you're literally able to change your thought process, change the way you think. We're not just getting information and here's the information to run your business, run it. 90% is mindset. 99% is mindset. So if you're not teaching me, if we're not learning how to think, how to understand, how to process, how to take control of your mind and your awareness, the information that's coming to you is not going to be internalized. So this is how you internalize the information, right? Understand that you're going to have naysayers, but you have to choose and decide for yourself what can and can't work for you. I like to use this example, and Rob is on the call, thank God. Perfect example, right? I like to use an example of climbing over a wall. If there's a 6-foot wall and they said, hey, there's $1,000 on the other side of that 6-foot wall, climb over it and the money is yours. If I say I can't do it, if I tried and I said, it's not for me, I can't get over this wall, right? And Rob comes, he's like, what's up? I'm like, yo, listen, there's money on the other side of this wall. It's a 6-foot wall, but you just gotta climb the wall. I can't do it, so I'm out. Is he gonna sit there and look at me and be like, oh, you know what, I'm out too. You can't do it, I'm out too. I'm good. This guy's a whole fitness trainer. What do you mean you're out? Did you even try? Did you even make the attempt? It may not be for me, but for you, you may be able to get it done. So you have to learn to think for yourself. Don't worry about what other people are telling you. Don't worry about the information from the outside, the opinions of other people on what it is that you're doing. You can't let that shake you. Because if you let that shake you, you're going to be talked out of your own blessings. Do not get talked. Do not get tricked out of your own blessings. Right? Just because they can't do it, or just because they don't believe that they can do it, that doesn't mean that you don't have the qualifications to get it done. That doesn't mean that you don't fit the requirements. You are not them. They are not you. So why are you going to listen to somebody else's opinion on what they think you can do when you know what you can do, when you know what you're capable of? Attempt it for yourself. Think for yourself. Make decisions for yourself. Question everything. They tell you, oh, you can't do that. Why not? Why can't I do it? Do you know what I do behind the scenes? Do you know the type of work that I put in? Do you know the type of knowledge I'm feeding myself? Do you know the type of reps that I'm putting in? You don't know that I can't do it. Maybe you can't do it. You can speak for yourself. You can't speak for me. Doesn't matter how much you think you know me, you cannot speak for me. And that goes for anybody and everybody, right? Always focus on a positive outcome. That's number 4. Number 5, let go of specific outcomes. Now this is basically the opposite, right? You want to let go of those negative side of things. Oh, what if my business fails? So what? You tried it. You made the attempt. And even if it does fail, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn a lesson, or you're going to learn something while you were in that process. Remember, understand that, you guys, you are put in certain areas and in certain positions for a reason. You may not know what that reason is, but sometimes you're put into an environment that is supposed to treat you bad, just so that you know how you want to be treated, just so that you know that's not for you, or just so that you can understand how to deal with that type of situation. Not everything is supposed to be peaches and cream. Sometimes you will literally be put in an environment that is negative and toxic because you need to understand that this is not where you're supposed to be. You need to learn from the people that are around you that are involved in these negative and toxic things, but you have to be strong enough not to fall into it. You have to be strong enough to understand, I don't want any part of this. I'm here right now, but I don't want any part of it. I'm going to learn that this is not the way I want to live my life, just because I'm seeing the way you're living your life. I'm seeing the way you're living your life. You're unhappy, you're miserable, you're stressed. I don't want it. Sometimes we're put in certain situations so that we can see other people's experiences and learn from them. We don't have to go through every single thing in order for us to learn. We can literally learn from other people as well, other situations as well, right? So don't worry about the negative outcomes. Don't worry about if things are not going to happen or not going to work. Everything is happening to you, for you for a reason. You're being placed in these situations for a reason. You were brought here to learn a lesson so that you can better fulfill your purpose moving forward. You were brought here to gain another, maybe you're gaining an extra characteristic of something so that you can be a better person moving forward. You can give more knowledge moving forward. You can help somebody else extra moving forward just because you learned one extra skill, right? Every single environment you've been placed in, every single opportunity that comes to you, you are here for a reason. You are there for a reason. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what's happening and take the gem, take the note, right? Take heed to what's happening because, hey, there's something that's teaching me. There's something that I'm supposed to learn from this. I'm getting beat up, left, right, center, stomped on, spit on, tossed out, whatever, like trash. There's something I'm supposed to learn from this. And that's what happens when we go through life, when we go through these experiences. We're supposed to learn. If we're not learning from our experiences, then we're not growing, right? We don't want to sit there and sit in the same mistake over and over and over and over again. No, that's foolish. Now you're just doing it to yourself. You need to come in, learn, take from it, and keep it pushing. Or apply it to your practice of whatever it is that you're doing, right? On the other side, there was always going to be a positive factor. If you're thinking about the negative, balancing effect, law of polarity, right? They always say the grass isn't always greener on the other side. No, it's not. The grass is greener where you water it. The grass is going to be greener wherever you water it. So stop uprooting yourself. Stop jumping ship just because you're afraid of what's going to happen or you think it's not working out. Tough it out and learn the lesson you're supposed to learn before you decide to take the next step forward. Every situation you're in your life is a next step for you to learn something. It's a next step for you to help elevate yourself. It's just a next step. That's what steps are. Steps help take you to the next level. This is another step that we're taking. Right? So until you figure out how to water your grass and let your garden grow, you're just going to keep uprooting and uprooting and uprooting and uprooting. You're never going to have stability. You're never going to truly understand the lessons you're supposed to be learning. Sometimes these lessons come right at the end. Sometimes it doesn't click until months down the road, late years down the road, maybe, depending on your situation. Don't think that just because you're here for a month or 2 months, you're supposed to get it all figured out. And then you're frustrated because you don't have it all figured out. And then you're going to leave because it doesn't make sense. No, don't uproot yourself because it's coming. You're going to learn along the way. It's coming. Right? You cannot quit. People are counting on you. We're in a space where we literally are able to be the vessels to help other people elevate themselves. We're here to be the vessels to help push a financial revolution. You cannot quit. People are counting on you. We're the vessels to help people become that better version of themselves, so that as a world, as a society, we can continue to move in harmony. We can continue to work together in harmony. We can continue to really uplift each other and grow stronger together. Right? Number 6, don't be afraid to fail. Again, like I said, these all flow into each other. Failure is your teacher. Fail stands for first attempt in learning. Don't expect to be a pro baller the first game you play, the first practice you practice, the first ball you dribble. It takes time to develop the skill. Don't expect to be a master trader the first trade you enter into. Right? It's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, but you have to stay centered. You can't get too high off the highs, and you can't get too low off the lows. Stay centered. Gary Vee said it before. It's like when people praise the good things, when people overly praise the good things, like I said, show appreciation, that's fine, yes. But you don't want to over appreciate and over dwell in the positive things to the point where you're on this big high horse, right? And in the moment something bad happens, you get knocked down and you really get hurt. You really get beat up. You really take it to the chest, right? But if you stay centered, you understand it's part of your process. Oh, I hit a stop loss? Okay, bet we good. Oh, we hit a take profit? Okay, we're understanding it. We're back to the drawing board though, because I'm not a master trader yet. Oh, we had another stop loss? Damn, if it was 2 pips. If I had moved 2 extra pips, I would have stayed in the trade. And it happened to me this morning. Oh my goodness. Literally happened to me this morning. I had 2 trades of GBP AUD in for the buy. 1 TP, my TPs for each trade were about 5 pips apart. One got knocked out. I made $32 on the second one. The little things, family. Your process. It's your process, and your growth is coming. You have to understand. It always happens when CPs talk about so close yet so far, right? 5 pips apart. I would have, anyways, all praise, right? But don't be afraid to fail. That also goes into saying, put yourself out there. Try things. Attempt to get better. Attempt to learn new things. It's okay if you fail. The fact that you tried says enough. For anybody who laughs at you, they're not doing enough for themselves. For anyone who talks down about you on what you're doing, they're not doing enough for themselves. Because anybody who is trying something, anybody who's working towards a goal, anybody who's putting in the work to grow and develop and understand a skill, no one is going to talk down about you when they see you doing your thing. They're going to tell you, keep going, keep it up, you got it. Keep it pushing. Don't quit. Things are going to start happening for you, and you're going to start to understand it. You're going to start to understand how to maneuver. You're going to start to understand that, okay, maybe this way doesn't work. This way doesn't work. But I have other ways that I still need to shuffle through to find out which way does work. Anybody who's doing anything is going to recognize that. It's the people who don't do anything. It's the people who are complacent. It's the people who are just going through life without any purpose, without any direction. They're the ones that are going to point fingers and laugh, if be. They're the ones that are going to talk down on what it is that you're doing. Maybe. Right? So don't be afraid, because at the end of the day, you're learning. And if this lesson doesn't help you in that specific situation, it'll help you in the next. I promise you that. Number 7, let go of grudges. Let go of grudges. If you have people in your life that you're holding a grudge against, that you're angry with, that you can't even be civil with, that you can't say, let it go. Let it go. Let go of the negative energy. Don't take things personally. At least not too personally. You have to understand that some people just don't know any better. Especially when we're in a space where we're elevating and we're understanding and we're making sense of how the mind works and how we think, and we have full control. Understand that there are people who do not. They don't understand that they have control. They don't understand that their actions aren't cool. They don't understand that they treated you badly. They don't understand that, you know, maybe you should have a little bit more compassion or whatever, like whatever the case is. I'm just talking right now, right? But don't hold it against that person. You got to treat them like a child, like they don't know any better. Especially when we're especially when we're approaching the information that we have right now, right? With great knowledge comes great responsibility. There's a reason why they say ignorance is bliss. Because when you don't know, you don't have to worry about knowing what you know. Because when you know what you know what you know. And it's like, damn, I've gained so much information. I've learned so much. I'm starting to understand people better. I'm starting to, you know, see things in a different perspective. I'm starting to see the world as a business. I'm starting to understand that it's way deeper than what meets the eye. So once you see people that are focusing on what meets the eye, you have to have that responsibility and understanding to know, you know what, they don't even know any better. And some people do, but some people really don't. Sometimes this common sense to you may not be common sense to somebody else. Common sense isn't so common, right? So let it go. If anything, hit him up. Yo, hey, let's go out, let's talk. Honestly, I'm at a point in my life where I don't want any bad blood. I don't want any bad energy. So let's just talk it out. Let's have lunch. I want to see how you're doing. If anything, I want to help you grow. Now, mind you, it doesn't have to go that far, but just let it go. Let go of that energy. If it's a situation that you can't actually say, hey, let's link up and let's just squash everything, then release it to the universe. Have a meditation moment. And I promise you guys, meditation really, 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 really helps, right? I like to go to the beach. I like to go to the Bluffs or Rouge Beach or wherever. And I find a rock and whatever negative energy that I have, and this is how I found my gratitude rock. And since I found my gratitude rock, I like to hold it in my hand and just remember who you are, remember why you're here, and remember the things that we're going after, right? Meditation is powerful. Yes, we talked about it, right? Find a rock or find a piece of something, find a leaf, something, a paper, whatever the case is, put all that negative energy into that item, and then you cast it away. Put everything that's holding you back, everything that's hurting you, everything that's weighing down on you, put it into that rock, put that energy into that rock. The situation may not leave, but your perspective of the situation will change. Your financial problems may not leave right then and there when you throw away that rock, but your perspective of it will change. The way you look at it, the way you see it, the way you interpret it will change. Cast it away. Give it to the universe to take on. Don't hold it all for yourself, right? People will do you wrong. You're going to have situations that beat you up. Understand that this is all meant for you, for your growth, for your elevation. And a lot of the time, those same people are going to turn around and say, I'm proud of you. I'm happy to see you grow. I'm happy to see you win. I've already experienced it, guys. They will come back. Or they will acknowledge the change in you. Really and truly, it's not important, but it happens. It happens. Once you become that abundance, once you become that ray of light, once you become that person of increase, you become a magnet. And people who want to also experience that will draw themselves to you, right? You never know. That same person that you had beef with could be your next chairman or chairwoman. Who knows? Who knows? Right? Number 8, be grateful for what's in front of you. Goes back to just, recognizing the present. I'm thankful, mind you, in my head, I'm in my penthouse. In my head, I'm in my penthouse, but I'm super thankful for the environment that I'm actually living in the basement of my house that I've lived in for all my life, literally. Super grateful for the family I've been blessed with that has helped me carry me along the way. Super grateful for the fact that I finally got my first car. It's not the car that I wanted, but it's something, it's wheels. Super grateful and blessed and happy, and you just got to give it up. You got to give it up. Got to give it up to the highest power. Understand that you're making your way. You're making progress. So you're going to get what you're ready for. But if you're not ready for it, you're not going to receive it. And how do you prepare for it? We're teaching you. We're showing you. We're walking with you while we prepare to receive everything that we want. So you just got to make sure that we're linked. We're linked together, and we're going left, right, left, right. So we did it backwards, but anyways. Right? And the stronger we lock arms, the more powerful we are to push together, to push forward. If somebody's slacking off, and I had somebody tell me this the other day, if you have somebody that's slacking off, or if you yourself, they were telling me, if you slack off, you've created such a bond and such a relationship with people. We're linked. They're going to make sure that you don't fall back. They're going to make sure you don't fall off. So I'm not saying be perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all have our moments. But understand that the stronger that we link, the stronger it is for you to pull yourself back up. The stronger the bonds that we have, the tighter the relationships that we have, the easier it is for you to pull yourself back up, because now you have a support system. Going through your problems on your own is way worse. And going through your problems by yourself is way worse. Because now you don't have people around you. Now you don't have the information, the energy, the love. You don't have that flowing in. So you're going to end up sitting there and just being here. Next thing you know, you're in this dark, enclosed space for like weeks and months at a time. But when you're in an environment, in a space of abundance and love and happiness and support, people are not going to let you sink back that far. People are going to check up on you to make sure you're good. People are going to help you grow. People are going to help. What do you need done? What do we need to do to help get you out of this? And a lot of the time, understand, family, that this is not something that somebody else can answer, but somebody can also put things into perspective for us so that we can find the answers for ourselves. Having that conversation literally might click. There it is. There's that click we talked about on Friday. That click of when things start to make sense. That click of, you know what, I can't give up. I can't stop. Right? So be grateful for what's in front of you. Practice gratitude every single day. Give it up to the highest power. All praise. Right? Because you never know when it's gone. You never know when the last day could be. Understand that we are spiritual beings moving through this earth in human being bodies. Right? When it's our time, it's our time. When we served our purpose, we served our purpose. If there's nothing else meant for us after that, the Lord will call us. Things are going to happen regardless. Life is going to run. You have to go with the motion. Right? 2 more. I know it's 11:54, but I have 2 more still. Drop a 2 in the chat if you guys are still with me. Drop a 2 in the chat if you guys want me to continue on and finish this off. Bet. I got you. I got you. Number 9, never settle for good enough. Don't get complacent. Don't get comfortable. Oh, that's good enough for me. No, what? Why? Why is it good enough for you? Why do you feel that you don't deserve more? Why not strive for the best of the best? That 1% mindset. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for this is enough. This is good. I'm okay with this. Don't be okay with it. Right? You may be in a space right now where you're like, I'm good with my life. But are you really? There isn't anything more that you would want to do. There isn't more freedom that you would like to have. More money so that you can actually go and do the things that you want to do. So that you have the time freedom to spend with your family. Or to help out other people around you. Help out your parents. Help out your kids. Why is it good enough? Question everything. Right? If you want extraordinary things, you have to have extraordinary effort. That's another thing. So if you're okay with good enough, then you're okay with not putting in your best work. You're okay with not putting in adequate amount of effort for you to really reach the moon or whatever, right? But once you start to operate at your best performance at all times, now you're striving for greatness, and you won't settle for nothing less than greatness. And then that's when the best of the best have to come into play. The best of the best start to show itself in the physical, right? Once you start to push yourself to become better, You're going to see it. It's going to show itself. It's going to seep into your subconscious, and you're going to be on automatic. Better, 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 more, bigger, louder. Increase. Become that person of increase for yourself and for the people that are around you. Become that person that says, you know what? This thing's squishing my earring. Oh my goodness. Become that person that says, you know what? I know that I've came this far. That doesn't mean that this is my finish line. That doesn't mean that this is my end goal. There are still so many things that I can do. There is just still so many ways that I can reach. So much more impact to be created. My ultimate goal, and I want to put this out, ultimate goal, I want to impact 100,000 lives. Not hundreds of thousands, 100,000 lives at a minimum. At a minimum. Ultimate goal. And it's going to start here. It's going to start here with the 8 of us that are on this call, the 10 of us that are on this call. And as we continue to grow and elevate and develop, the word will spread, the information will spread, the impact will spread, the impact will increase. Never settle for, you know what, 10 enough is good enough. 10 is good enough. I'm good with y'all. I love y'all. Trust me, I promise I love y'all. But 10 is not good enough. We got 50 people in New Wave, and we got 10 people on this call. That's not good enough. Thankful for those who showed up, I promise you that. But it just goes to show that there's always room to improve. There's always room to do more, to do better, to reach more impact, right? But understand, the best leaders are the best students. So you have to sit and be humble and take the information in and apply it to your life. Learn it, rehearse it, apply it. Learn it, rehearse it, apply it. Let it flow through you seamlessly. Now it's just off the dome. You've been in the space, you've soaked it all in, it's off the dome. No matter what happens, no matter where you are, you're ready. That's how you want to be. And once you're like that, then you want to do more and more and more. That's not the level, that's not the cap. Once you master, listen, like I always say, I mastered the art of serving, time to move on to my next skill. What is going to be the next skill that I'm going to be able to accomplish? Never limit yourself. Never settle for good enough, right? Strive to do everything in a grander scale to get that extra in your life. Just when you say you're done for the night, do one more. When you've called enough people, call one more. When you've read enough of your book, read one more page. When you've written enough in your journal, write another sentence. When you've watched all the videos you think you could watch, watch one more. That little extra is going to end up adding up. And then everything that you want is it'll show, right? That's number 9. And number 10, last one, be part of something bigger. Understand that it's bigger than me, it's bigger than you. We live in a world with almost 8 billion people in this world, right? And it just seems to be that Corona happens to be cutting down these numbers significantly, unfortunately. It could be any one of us. It's bigger than us. Understand that it's a marathon. The show must go on. They talked about Nipsey this morning on the morning dedication, R.I.P. Nipsey. It's a marathon. He is gone, but we continue to run off of what he says, off of his teachings, off of his thought processes, off of building our own communities, off of educating ourselves into something bigger and greater. That's a legend. At the end of the day, he's opened up our eyes to so many different things. He is one of many, right? It's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than all of us. So we need to work to continue to be these vessels for the financial freedom, vessels for, spiritual awakening, vessels for everything, right? We need to continue to put our effort in and continue to work and continue to show up and understand that I may be feeling this way in this moment and I don't want to work with certain people or whatever the case is, but it's not about me right now. It's not about how I'm feeling right now. Work towards the grand scheme of things. Work towards that overall vision that we have, right? When you teach yourself that this is bigger than you, your happiness is amplified. Because yes, not only are we going to be helping ourselves within the process, but we have to show love to other people. We have to help other people. And that's where true happiness comes in. Pops talked about it on Friday. Giving and showing love to other people is literally, it's like an energy, it's like a fulfillment, like a drug kind of thing, right? You get like a boost of, I just helped you. Yeah, there we go. That's what I needed. You felt that? You got that impact? Bet. You took that gem and you ran with it and you made some money? Bet. You were coachable and now you're able to talk to other people and now you bet. Bet. Help someone else. That's gonna be ultimate fulfillment. Sharing the love. It's gonna bring you happiness. As much as so we have people that say, oh, I don't want to help nobody. I don't want to this. I don't want to da da da. That's just because of the conditioning that you've gone through. That's the bitterness you've felt from your experiences. Truly, naturally, as human beings, we're meant to share love. We're meant to give love. Hate is optional. Love isn't. Hate is optional. Love isn't. You have to show love. So once you get that back, it fills you up. Once you have your cup, right? Once your cup is full, you want to start to share that cup with your contents of your cup with others. So now you make room for more to come into your cup. It's a cycle. You give and then you get back. You give and then you get back. Don't give expecting to receive though, because you're going to receive on your time, on God's timing, not yours. Just give. Just give. And the universe will bless you. The universe will bless you. But you don't want to keep giving to a point where now you have nothing in your cup to give. So you have to make sure that you are still feeding yourself. You are still loving yourself. Not only do you want to love other people, but you want to love yourself first. It has to start with you. It has to start from within. Once you have it start from within and have it start from you, you're going to be able to better effectively give it to others, right? You're going to be able to now share that with others, and then it's going to come back. It's going to continue to come back, I promise. All right? So the 10 things, the power of happiness, the 10 things to help elevate your happiness and help make sure that you're living in a state of positivity and abundance and elevation, right? What does happiness look like and feel like to you? Visualize it, right? Make the present your friend. Understand that we're not there yet, but if we keep that future goal in mind, we will get there, right? Number 3, stop overthinking. You're going to create scenarios that don't exist in your headspace. If you want to overthink the positivity, overthink the abundance, overthink the overflow. Number 4, always focus on the positive outcome. There is a negative and a positive to every situation. You choose which side you want to veer off to, right? Number 5, let go of specific outcomes. Again, you choose which side you veer off to. So if you come into a situation expecting to lose, you're going to lose. Don't even waste your time and don't waste ours. Have an open headspace, have an open mind, open hands, open heart to receive the information and expect better. Not expect, but work towards better. Have that intent to gain better, right? Number 6, don't be afraid to fail. First attempt in learning. You are learning. Learning is always a process when it comes to getting a skill, right? Number 7, let go of grudges. Let go of that negative energy. Help those around you. Don't worry about the way they made you feel. Don't worry about the things that have happened in the past. You're beyond that. You've grown from that. You've elevated from that. I just want to help. I just want to help you. If you don't want the help, then that's your problem, not mine. I've let it go. Number 8, be grateful. Be grateful for what's in front of you. Appreciate the progress that you've made. Appreciate the things that you have in your life right now. Because I know somebody is dying to switch positions with you. Be grateful for that. Number 9, never settle for good enough. Don't limit yourself. Don't put a cap on what you're capable of doing. Right? Always strive for greatness. And number 10, be part of something bigger. It's bigger than you. This is a whole entire universal thing, and we have to work together, and we have to come together for it to really, really, really make sense, and for us to move in harmony, in sync. All right. How are we feeling, family? How are we feeling today on this information? I hope you guys got some gems. Hope you guys are able to take this and run with it for today. You know, literally start applying it from today. Don't even wait. Application of the knowledge is going to be your key. Neno said on the call this morning, you have unwritten checks in your notes. You have a lot of unwritten checks in your notes. So go back and review your checks, your notes. Well, shoot, we're gonna call them your checks. Go back and review the information. Go back and apply it. Go back and study it. Go back and learn it. And then you go and cash your checks. All right, family. Rest up to West Spray. I'm gonna leave y'all here with it. I appreciate you all. God bless you. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy. Vibrate high, my kings and queens, and go out and kill the day today. All right. I'm gonna see y'all later. Have a good day.